What it do, YouTube crew? It is your boy, your man, your dude, your child, your son, and your father, Garrett here, coming at you with another Team Building Tuesday. Episode 11, you guys. Up to 11. On our way to episode 20. That is our next big milestone. But what are we doing in today's episode, you might be asking, guys, if you haven't already been able to tell by all these weird looking Pokemon right here. And these three letters, we are dealing with the Cap tier, otherwise known as the, switch on over, the Create a Pokemon tier. Now, essentially, what we have here is just a whole bunch of fake mons, just a bunch of Pokemon that people who work under the Smogon, they have created all these different Pokemon. I believe it's up to 22 different fake mons that all have pretty decent stats, all have their own strengths and weaknesses, different typings, which is really, really cool. I find it interesting that only Stratagem is the only one of them that is a pure typing of whatever it is. Everybody else is a dual typing, which is cool. And there's only one Mega. But today, what we are doing, you guys, is we have got about we've got 5 of these fake mons on our Cap team, and the only actual Pokemon that we have is Mega Charizard. Now, you might be wondering, Garrett, what the fuck? This is supposed to be Team Builder Tuesday. It looks like you've already built the team. No shit. The problem that I've been having constantly, and if for some reason, it's only whenever I record these episodes. It's only whenever I record Team Building Tuesday. I record the episode, and then for whatever reason, somehow, I don't understand why, the file gets damaged, and I can't save it, and I can't even open it. So basically, I got fucked. Again, this has happened to me during this series at least 5 or 6 times. I don't know how to explain it. Rarely it ever goes smoothly. And I promise you guys, if there was any other way that I could do it, I want to do it live. That is how I want Team Building Tuesday to go. I want it to be live. But my computer will just not fucking let me, and it irritates the shit out of me. So this is the best I can do. This is all I can really do. Is just go back over a team we've already created. So we started off with Syclant here, Ice Bug type, very, very interesting, very, very good offensive typing, with Life Orb and this ability called Mountaineer. This basically allows it to where I can switch in and avoid rock type attacks. This essentially includes Stealth Rock, as you can see on your screen, and if somebody attempts to go for a rock type attack, I can switch in Syclant and it essentially dodges said attack. Compound Eyes, it's not really useful for me. He doesn't really have a whole lot of crazy moves that I want with low accuracy that I would want to use. Focus Blast is probably one that I would attempt to use, but I have access to Superpower, and he's a really good mixed attacker, so it's not like it matters. And Ice Body, his defenses, look at his defenses. He's too frail to even take a hit and free somebody in return. I think that's how Ice Body works. No, it's Hail. I'm thinking of Flame Body. But as you can see, we got a pretty nice spread right here. Mainly a special attacker. That Life Orb is really going to boost us up, and 375 speed is nothing to laugh at. That's really fucking good. So, what are we going to do now that we have this fucking Pokemon? It's obviously quad weak to Fire and Rock. So, I got this other fake mon, Arghonaut, who is resistant to both of those typings in each of its own respects. It resists fire with its water typing, and it resists rock with its fighting typing. So, this is a really good Pokemon to have. And it's pretty bulky overall. Really, really good HP stat. Really, really high physical attack stat, which is what I'm relying on the most here. And its defenses are not too shabby. They're not the best, but they're not too bad. I can pretty much make up for my physical defense with Bulk Up, and I have priority in Aqua Jet, which is what I'm going to be relying on as my main water type stab. All I need to do is just set up one Bulk Up, and I think I should be fine. I could run Technician instead. That actually makes me wonder. I mean, Drain Punch is basically really all that I want. Circle Throw? I could go with Circle Throw. It's not a bad play, but Mach Punch, blah blah blah. I think we are just going to stick with what we have. I think we're just going to stick with what we got. If we need to change it, we'll change it, and then I'll explain it in the next episode. But I like what we have right now, so we're just going to keep it as is. These are my stabs. This is priority, and Gunk Shot is basically just down here for fairy types and grass types, if need be. It's not like I'm not going to outspeed anybody, so I have to be really, really careful. Then we have Mega Charizard X, the only regular Pokemon that we have here. Of course, rocking Tough Claws, Dragon Dance, plus 3 attacks. He was originally in the team builder, more of a defensive build, but after adding some more Pokemon after Mega Charizard, I decided that it would probably be best if he was more offensive. So as you can see, if you know anything about Cap, I don't know anything about Cap. This is my first time really delving into the tier with all sincerity. So what we've really got here is a more super duper offensive team with very, very minimal bulk. My first 4 Mons really rely on their own attacking stats, with only Arghonaut really playing some kind of game with bulk, but not really a lot. Mega Charizard X here is the same deal. He's just here for offense. He's basically here to deal with other fire types, maybe other bug types or ice types or anything like that. He's basically just here to do some fucking work. And if a rock type has anything to say, hopefully I can take maybe 1 rock type attack and hit him back with an earthquake. Hopefully I don't have to do that, but we'll see, basically. Also, he's here to deal with Pokemon like other maybe Mega Charizard Ys. Dragon Claw's there for that purpose. I could run Rock Tomb. I believe that's a move that I get. Rock Slide, I should say. I could run Rock Slide, but I'm just not really going to worry about it, so that's going to be out of the question. So that's Mega Charizard X. And then we have this other Pokemon here. Honestly, this is my favorite Pokemon out of all these fake Mons so far, is Plasmanta, an electric poison type, which is a super duper dope typing. That essentially means that my only weaknesses are Psychic and Ground. That's pretty dope. That's pretty awesome. Having only 2 weaknesses is really good. And Electric and Poison are pretty good offensively. Electric takes care of flying, water, and then also takes care of Poison, also takes care of grass and Fairy. So that's pretty awesome. That's pretty dope. And generally speaking, it hits for a lot of things neutrally. So I'm pretty glad about that. I'm carrying Sludge Wave and Thunderbolt as my 2 main stabs. And Hidden Power Ground to deal with other Plasmantas. Maybe also to deal with some Steel types if I ever get caught up in that situation. And I'm also carrying Dazzling Gleam because apparently there's this Pokemon called Colossoil, which I can actually pull up right here and show to you guys right here. Colossoil. He is a Dark Ground type. He's a physical threat to many users of non-damaging moves. He's a big boy. He's pretty hardcore. He is something else. He is definitely something else. Apparently, he's also very, very common in the tier. He hits very, very hard and is very, very destructive. But there's also a very specially defensive Assault Vest, I think, is a very common set. So, Dazzling Gleam is there to try and catch that Colossoil, but it does just under 50% according to my damage calculations that I've done. And I can show you actually. Here we go. Colossoil. If I pull up Plasmanta, the special attacker, who is not Choice Scarfed, who is Choice Scarfed, Dazzling Gleam on a Guts variant of Colossoil is going to be doing over 50%, but with a Colossoil that's specially defensive Assault Vest, it does under 50%. So we'll have to do some scouting, and it'll be a very, very tricky game. But basically, all I intend for Plasmanta to do against a Colossoil is use my other Pokemon to weaken the Colossoil, bring it down to a manageable HP, and then hit back with the Dazzling Gleam and hopefully be able to kill it. That's all I'm really hoping for there. But I really like this Pokemon. Choice Scarf is there basically just so I can outspeed a lot of things. It has a respectable speed stat, so Choice Scarf is going to help us do that. It's also going to help us deal with Syclants. Syclant is not going to have anything except Earthquake to be able to hit me with. Syclant, probably the same set as I am. Sludge Wave is going to be doing crazy work, and Earth Power is going to destroy us. Earthquake or Earth Power, it will destroy us. Which is why, I'll get to that in a second, why this is very, very important. I'm actually going to skip over this Pokemon to go right to this Pokemon so I can carry on my point. Stealth Rock is going to be really, really important for us. So, I have Tomohawk here, who is essentially the fake mon that came out with the flying fighting type before there was Hawlucha. So we have this Pokemon here is actually much, much better. I'm choosing a defensive variant of Tomahawk, but Tomahawk is apparently such a very versatile Pokemon that you can do all sorts of things. He can be a special attacker, he can be your prankstermon, he can be an intimidator with defensive. But I'm rocking a defensive Tomahawk with prankster, and he's essentially going to be rocking Stealth Rock and Rapid Spin so that we can control hazards on our side of the field and our opponent's side of the field without having to worry about getting rid of our own. Roost, so I can get all my HP back, and Air Slash, just for some stab attack, because I don't have any other Pokemon that has any kind of flying type stab. I've got Arghonaut if I need to worry about fighting type stab. So, this is why Tomahawk is basically here, because if I get Stealth Rocks up, unfortunately Syclant is going to be able to dodge it with his Mountaineer ability. However, I didn't even think about that when I was on that rant. But with a physical attacker, it's going to be hard. Syclant's going to be a hard Pokemon to get around. I honestly think that's why we bring Mega Charizard X to deal with other Syclants, because they can't really do anything to us. But we have Tomahawk here just for those Stealth Rocks, and to just be able to give us a one-up, a leg up on any Pokemon that try to deal with us. And then we're going to finish off with Malaconda here, a Pokemon that I also very, very much like. It rocks Knockoff, Power Whip, Glare, and U-Turn. Dark and Grass, really good typing. I like that. Quad weak to Bug, but I'm trying not to be too worried about it because I've got resistances. I've got resistances for days. Mega Charizard X, again, is a really good Mon to pair with this team. We're rocking Citrus Berry and Harvest, so we can get that Citrus Berry back. Glare, for obvious purposes, and U-Turn, just so we can have a slow U-Turn user. Possibly give us an advantage to switch into Syclant, or maybe another Pokemon. Syclant is basically the Pokemon that I started this team building with. So it's the one that I think of the most. I'm not giving these Pokemon nicknames just because I'm trying to get used to the names that they're already called, because I've never really been in this tier, so I don't really know what the deal is with all that. So yeah, basically that's the team. That's the squad that we're working with. Oh my god, I'm going to sneeze. Where's my mute button? Every time I say I'm about to sneeze, I feel like I immediately stop trying to sneeze. But continuing on, that is the team. That is what we're working with. I really, really hope you guys enjoyed today's episode. Really, really hope you did. I'm actually going to take a screenshot real quick just so I can use this for the thumbnail. This image right here. I like this. So, if you guys enjoyed today's Team Building Tuesday and you were excited to see the follow-up to this, let me know in the comments below. Leave a like on this video. Subscribe if you haven't already. And I can't wait to see you guys in the next video. Have yourselves a good one, and I will see you next time.